Hey, welcome to day 11 and the beginning of another week. I want to take a moment to just kind of recap where we were last week. I remember watching football back in the day, and Chris Berman would do I think it was a 3-minute countdown, or he's going to do it all in one breath. I'm not going to be able to get it all in one breath, I'm guessing, but I do think that I can do this in less than 3 minutes. So here goes. Fasting used to be a rhythm of the church, but then it became anything but a rhythm. In fact, it became just one in a list of spiritual practices that was thrown out the window by many, if not most, in the church. It went from being a rhythm to just another disruption to avoid because we don't like disruptions in our life. But the problem is that some disruptions are good. Some, as we talked about, should even be planned disruptions, what we called rhythmic disruptions. Because in these disruptions, we can have planned reminders for ourselves of the worthiness of God. And when we remember how worthy He is of our worship, and then we remember that He gave up everything for us, then we begin to see the reason to offer our whole beings, or as it's translated in the letter that Paul wrote to the church in Rome, our bodies to Christ. So fasting as a practice is an offering of our whole persons by literally offering our bodies to Christ, to the one who is worthy of it all. I think that about sums it up. I don't know how long that took, but it wasn't 3 minutes. It was more than one breath. But it all begs the question. There has to be easier ways than fasting to offer our whole person to Jesus, right? Like something maybe a little bit less extreme and a little bit more comfortable. See, we love those kinds of questions as humans, don't we? It's kind of right in line with the how far is too far or the where's the line questions. In other words, what's the least level of commitment I can make and still get in? Our struggle, my struggle, and your struggle isn't really with fasting, or with reading our Bible, or praying enough, or going to church, or a myriad of other practices of Jesus. Our struggle is with wanting everything to be as easy as it can be. So as soon as a practice seems inconvenient or difficult, we find excuses not to do it. And to let ourselves off the hook for that mentality, we chalk it up to, well, it's just human nature to find the easy way out and to not want to walk down the road of difficulty. Because after all, humans want what we want when we want it, and we want it to come easy. Because ultimately, life is about me. Whew. That was a little bit of a gut punch to myself, even as I think about those words for my own life. Look, I have no desires to throw punches in our prep in this 40 days. In fact, I hope that hearing that doesn't make you tune out for the next 29 days. I figure it's better to get some of that out of the way, some difficult truths about ourselves before moving on with where we're headed this week. After all, if I want to improve my physical shape, or I want to raise my grades up, or I want to improve my marriage, I've got to take the time to acknowledge the mindsets and the unhealthy habits that have gotten me to the spot that I'm currently in. Then I can focus on where to go to move forward. And this week, we're going to focus on growth, on moving forward, on the prize ahead. Jesus said, as recorded in Matthew 16:24, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. And guess what has a lot to do with self-denial? Fasting. But self-denial is not for the purpose of self-flagellation. It's for the purpose of growth. So I invite you to slow down today and ask Him now to reveal to you answers to these questions and reveal to you how He longs for you to be with Him. Where have you taken the easy route in your faith? Asking questions like, where's the line? Or how far is too far? Where have you made your faith and your life about your comfort? And this is a big question. Are you interested? Are you really interested in being His follower? I really hope so, because I hope to see you tomorrow.